Lake Beattie Nature Park is a protected nature park in the township of Gore, about 50 kilometers north of Montreal. The park offers fishing, canoeing, kayaking, paddleboarding, cycling, hiking, and even rustic on-site lodging, a quiet escape into the Laurentian wilderness. Most of the lakes where I usually fish are still frozen this time of year, so I'm taking advantage of Lake Beattie being fully thawed and only 14 kilometers from my home. The lake is stocked twice a year, and over the seasons I've pulled some very decent rainbow trout out of here. But even with the sun and warm air, I'm expecting the fish to be skittish. It's still very early in the season, and according to my fishing app, the atmospheric conditions are rated poor today, so I'm not expecting an easy bite. But at the very least, it's a good chance to get the kayak out and fine-tune my setup for the more serious fishing trips coming later in the season. So let's unload the kayak and get ready for a sunny day on the lake. My kayak weighs about 90 pounds empty, and I'm not getting any younger, so the loading and unloading has to be easy and as effortless as possible. When you're deep in the forest, the last thing you want is to get hurt wrestling with a kayak, because out here, you could be stranded and in pain for a long time. That's why I've developed a routine that keeps things safe and controlled. At 63, I'm in no rush. I take my time and I make sure every move is steady. I've told myself that the day I can no longer load this kayak onto the truck by myself, that'll be the sign to stop fishing alone in the wilderness. And I know that day isn't all that far away, so I'm going to cherish these next years to the fullest. Once the kayak is unloaded, I set it onto my trusty caddy. I'll be doing a full product review of this caddy soon, because this thing is worth every penny. I've gone through a few caddies over the years, and none of them come close to this one. It's tough, well-built, and it can roll through some of the roughest trails you can imagine. Now I can mount the chair, the cooler, the propeller assembly, the rod holder, the sonar transducer, the fish finder, the side saddle, the rear saddle, my tackle bag, 2 rods, and a net. It sounds like a lot, but every mount is preset. In less than 5 minutes, the whole kayak is fully rigged and ready to go. One minor drawback to fishing Lake Beattie is the 200+ meter walk to the water. Getting down isn't too bad, it's mostly downhill, but the trek back after a full day pedaling the kayak can be brutal. I have to say, the park employees keep this trail in great shape, and on the way back up, I always take my time. I've got nothing to prove to anyone anymore. One of the perks of being a senior. This kayak is propelled by a pedal drive, which I'm installing now to show you how simple it really is. There are 2 main types of pedal drives on fishing kayaks: the fin design and the propeller design. Each has its pros and cons, like any piece of gear. Mine uses a propeller drive. The big advantage is its simplicity, fewer moving parts, easy maintenance, and the ability to reverse instantly. The downside is that weeds can build up around the propeller, especially in shallow or weedy lakes. Apparently, a fin drive can push a kayak a bit faster than a propeller drive. With my setup, I can comfortably cruise at around 2.5 miles per hour, and my top speed is about 4. What I really appreciate about a pedal drive, apart from being hands-free, is the precise speed control when I'm trolling for fish. It lets me dial in the perfect pace without ever putting down the rod. But honestly, both systems require very little effort. Someone like me can pedal a kayak like this all day long without feeling worn out. I'll leave a link to a video by the bearded paddler that explains both types of pedal drives better than I can. But no matter what kind of drive your kayak uses, never go out without a paddle. One day it could save your life, or at the very least, save you from a long evening praying for help. Let's put this baby in the water, suit up with the fishing vest and life vest, and start looking for those rainbow beauties. I pedal out to my starting point and begin laying out some line. Like always, I've got a full plan in mind. Trolling path, direction, depth, everything mapped out. I ended up fishing for quite a few hours before getting even a single bite. And of course, my camera gave out on me again. If I'm gonna keep pursuing this venture, I really need to invest in better recording gear. Finally, I hook into a fish, but it's a bass. Fun to catch, sure, but it won't feed this bear. And not too long after, I reel in a rainbow trout. Oh yes, the fishing season has officially begun. By the end of the day, I ended up catching 2 trout. I'm happy with that, considering it's so early in the season. I'll be filling up my freezer soon enough. So, I head back to shore after spending a beautiful day fishing. I make my way up the trail to the truck, slowly and without too much effort. I load everything safely, the same way I unloaded it, steady and controlled. I feel incredibly grateful that I get to do this, and I've got a full summer ahead of me, with plenty of trout and walleye just waiting for me to convince them that the best place to be is in my kayak and eventually in my freezer. And to finish the day off, I get to swap stories with another fisherman who wasn't as lucky as I was.